Chongyi House, student ID of 19001147, and I'm currently studying in in chemical engineering and taking second year, second semester. So a little bit info about me. From the school background, I have finished my studies at SNGK Chonghua Tenom Sabah, and I'm currently I'm actually proceed my undergraduate studies in UTP. So based on my chess proficiency level, what can I say is I actually still considered myself as a beginner, even though I have played chess during my primary schools and secondary schools, but I think my skill is still considered as beginner. Yeah. So why I took this subject, I think the biggest reason is why actually I want to learn more on the advanced technique in chess in order to improve myself in the way of playing chess. Yeah. So for slide 3 is about what is the difference between standard, rapid, and bit time control. So for a standard time control chess, it is a game that has 90 minutes for the first 40 moves and then followed by 30 minutes for the rest of the game. So for a serious tournament, often have a time limit of 40 moves in 2 hours and then followed by 20 moves in 1 hour and then 30 minutes of sudden death. So a game can actually last up to 7 hours. Moving on to the rapid time control, each player will have 15 minutes plus 10 seconds of additional time per move starting from the move. And then for the blitz time control, it is around 10 minutes or less per player. This can be played with or without an increment of delay per move and made possible by the adoption of digital clock. 3 minutes with a 2-second increment is a more preferred match for a blitz mode. Up next, touch move rule. If a player deliberately touch a piece on board, then when it is their turn to move, it means that they need to move the pieces that they touch if it is legal to do so. If a player touch an opposing pieces, then they must capture if there is any of their own pieces that can be captured. And if a player touch one of the pieces and opinion pieces, they must tag that capture if it is a legal move. Otherwise, they are required to move or capture the first of the pieces that they touch. For castling, castling is actually a king move. So the king must be touched first in order for you to do the casting. If the rook is touched first instead, a rook must be made. A rook move must be made. If the player touch the rook at the same time as touching the king, then they must castle if it's legal to do so. If a player wishes to adjust one or more pieces on the square without being required to move, then the player can just announce jaduk, or word that can affect in the other language. So if a player does not announce an adjustment in advance, they might have some penalizations accordingly. Next, let us differentiate the meaning of checkmate and stalemate. For checkmate is a game position in chess and other chess-like games in which the player's king is in check and there is no possible escape. So let's take a look in the diagram. When the black queen moves there and the white to move is checkmate. The white has no legal move and currently checked by the black queen. So these checkmate conditions occur. And then for stalemate is a condition where when the game of chess where the player whose turn it is to move and is not in check but has no legal move. The rule of chess provides that if the stalemates occur, the game ends as a draw. So during the end game, the stalemate is a resource that enable the players with an inferior positions to draw the game rather than lose. For example, in this diagram, when the queen moves to the marked side, the black to move is stalemate, and the black is not currently in check and has no legal move since every square in which the king might move is under attack by the white queen. In this condition, stalemate is occur. So these are some of my recent online chess games within these 2 days. For conclusions, the result for this 10 game is 3 lose and sorry, 7 lose and 3 win. So I think it would be a very great experience for me since I was in secondary schools as I have left behind when I was playing chess during my high school time. So I think it's a very great fruitful experience and lessons with the opinion. So and these are some of my proof for the first 8 moves for each of the tournament. So I think that's all for me. Thank you.